What's going on, GW2 community? Welcome back to another Guild Wars 2 build video. My name is Ultra Runner, and before we jump into the build, if you are new to the channel, we make new videos every week with a focus on builds for sPvP, World v World, and Open World. If this is something that interests you, please consider supporting the channel by subscribing, liking, or commenting on the video. This build can pump out insane damage. Yeah, you heard that right. Wait, what? Druid pumping out insane damage? You're kidding, right? Absolutely not. After I show you this build, you will have a better understanding of how this build can easily, and I mean easily, do more than 500,000 damage in a single structured PvP match on a consistent basis while defending nodes. Your job is to defend nodes with traps, and your traps do a ridiculous amount of damage with this condition damage build. I know it sounds odd that a Druid build is capable to put out this much damage and be able to heal at the same time, so I've included gameplay later on in the video that shows you how effective this build is at keeping the enemy off nodes and can literally decimate the enemy team in a mere seconds if they dare stay on the node while you are defending it. Alright, let's get into the condition Druid Node Defender build. Alright, let's start with the weapons we're using. We are using the axe and the torch for a very good reason. These two synergize nicely, but they're both pumping out different types of condition damage, which is great. So, Split Blade is putting out almost 13,000 bleed damage. Winter's Bite is doing almost 8,000 bleed. So just those two alone, you're talking 20 grand in damage. Then Thrown Torch is an additional 5,000 burning. Bonfire is an additional 12,000 burning damage in a 240 meter radius. So you drop that on the node, the entire enemy team is going to take that damage per tick for 3.5 seconds. That is a ridiculous amount of damage right there. That is going to be very difficult to defend against. And on the back bar, what I typically do is I start my engagements with Concussion Shot. It automatically adds condition damage of 10% for 11 seconds. So you'll have plenty of time to go through all of your abilities here on your short bow, and then move over to your axe and drop your torches on top of the damage that you're getting from your traps, which is a lot. Check out this poison damage. This is doing 3,692 damage per tick over that time frame. Then you're going to spike trap. That's going to drop them. It's going to put them on their back. It's going to give them some more bleeding damage. And you have even more burning damage with the flame trap. And check this out. With Entangle, you have almost 9,000 bleed damage, and they're immobilized for 5 seconds. So think about immobilizing the entire enemy team, dropping all these traps on that node, hitting Bonfire, and popping off your Thrown Torch, along with going through your other abilities. On top of that, your Jacaranda here is putting out ridiculous damage on top of that for the entire enemy team. So if they are courageous enough to try to defend that node with you on it, they are getting smacked down hard. Alright, moving on to the professions part of the build. In the first row we have Druidic Clarity. Every time you enter Celestial Avatar, you remove all conditions. Natural Stride. This is massively beneficial. You have a permanent 33% movement speed increase. This makes the build incredible. It takes it to the next notch here. So Ancient Seeds. Striking a stunned, dazed, knocked down, or launched foe summons roots to entangle your enemy, along with dropping 8,500 bleed damage for 10.5 seconds while keeping them immobilized. Hugely beneficial for defending the nodes. Alright, moving on to Wilderness Survival. We are using Taste of Danger in the first row. Increases our vitality, gives us more expertise based on our percentage of vitality. In the second row, we are gaining more condition damage, and even more condition damage since we have a torch equipped. And in the third row, we have Wilderness Knowledge, which actually recharges or reduces our recharge for Entangle. So it brings it down from 60 seconds to 48 seconds, so we can use that more often. And last but not least, we are using Skirmishing. In the first row, we are using Trapper's Expertise. This reduces the duration charge for all of your traps. Since we are using 1, 2, 3, 4 traps, that is critical to have that. In the second row, we are using Hidden Barbs, which increases our bleed damage by 33%. We have a lot of bleeding going on in this build, so that is critical to have. And Light on Your Feet. Damage and condition duration are increased after dodging or using Quick Shot. Short bow skills pierce and gain recharge reduction, and their attacks from behind or while flanking are improved. So all of these skills all synergize very nicely, and they all add to this condition damage build. What are we wearing for this build? We are wearing the Carrion Amulet. This is critical. It adds 1200 condition damage. Gives you some good vitality and some good power, but the major thing you want here is the condition damage. Along with Rune of the Trapper, again, both synergizing very nicely here. Lots of condition damage, condition duration also. But on top of that, it's making it very hard for the enemy to target you or keep you targeted in their sight. So every time you drop a trap, you're going to go invisible and you're going to gain super speed so you can get back to safety. What are we using here for the short bow? We are using Sigil of Agony. That increases inflicted bleeding duration. Sigil of Smoldering increases inflicted burning duration. So we have bleeding duration, burning duration. Same down here. Bleeding, burning. So this is what we are wearing with the condition build. Alright guys, there you have it. That is the Condition Druid Node Defender insane damage build. Get out there, give it a try. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments after you do try it. I think you guys are going to be pleasantly surprised with how well you play with this build while defending those nodes. You are going to put out some ridiculous damage, and it's a lot of fun to play. So hang on, check out some of the footage here. I think in this footage I drop over 520,000 damage just defending nodes. So go out there, have a blast. We'll talk to you in the next one. Peace.